We don't always go to trial, but when we do, we win. I fight for the underdog and win the impossible. I'm Robert Barnes.
This is trial lawyer Robert Barnes. He is best known for two inseverable legal achievements. First, representing the innocent and oops not even legal adults yet children, yeah that happened, we'll get there, of Covington Catholic High School, pro bono, in their sorry I didn't order this, you 15-year-old, sincerely the mainstream media, quest to not be assassinated by a writhing mob of type 2 back knee diabetics, and second, and far more likely to permanently cure erectile dysfunction with a hypodermic injection of karmic equity right to your oversized feminist's envy, Robert Barnes is becoming increasingly famous for the method in which he's gone about constructing said defense of innocent children, which can loosely be described as law-nuking panicky resistotrons with libel-seeking Twitter missiles whose righteous vapor trails seem to universally originate from the girthy justice silo in the center of his eminent domain. What I mean by this is, Robert Barnes, attorney at law and also possibly murder, has, in less than 3 days since the sting, random unplanned event that set this whole stupid circus in motion, agreed to represent the underage hate crime victims for free, identified the relevant rapists in their Twitter accounts, and proceeded to go on a rampage so catastrophically effective in its hilarity that even the brother-marrying weirdo of Auschwitz the people of Minnesota feel best represents their personal desires was forced to tuck her tail into the unnaturally modified space between her legs and run for the Mall of America stand. To put it even more simply, Robert Barnes went on Twitter and f***ed a bunch of assholes with his giant cock. I want to take a quick time out here to address any questions you might have with regards to why I'm using so much phallic language in this video. Yes, it is on purpose, and the reason is... You see, all joking aside, the antidote for this is an equal and opposite excess of I am not kidding, I am talking about science. I don't particularly enjoy it, but I do enjoy its efficacy, and damn it, if tens of thousands of you psychos can shove physical representations of vaginas on your head and march around worshipping a Nazi and calling for the dismemberment of babies while they're still alive, then I can move my mouth in ways that impel arbitrary waves of air pressure that whatever you have where your brain is supposed to be interprets as, me don't like that feelsies. So yes, offensive to your ears or not, I am going to call this situation as I see it, which is a gregarious war hero letting the momentum of his sacred troll dance carry the full bulk of his justice into beautiful matrimony with the exactly like faces, only less attractive, of each and every lying media asshole who actively tried to ruin the lives of 15-year-old kids marching in support of not ripping babies' heads off with barbecue tongs. Also, to the possible argument of any of this being too harsh, I'll quickly point you in the direction of this Facebook post from the mother of a 15-year-old girl who was both a victim of the coordinated sting and completely ignored by the media. Quote, my 15-year-old daughter, a minor, was at the March for Life. She was wearing a Trump 2020 hat. She witnessed the balding Native American adult male behaving in an intimidating way. He tried to approach while beating his drum. However, my daughter's terrified reaction was not what the lying liberal media wanted to capture. So the adult Native American male grabbed his drum and drumsticks and moved on to intimidating the teenage boys, minors, from Covington Catholic. The boys' reaction was one of amusement, not fear. So the media posted this story. The media is not only twisting this story, they are encouraging the intimidating, threatening, and bullying of pro-life conservative children.
Covington Catholic High School has decided to open their doors back up today, but that doesn't mean that students are feeling any safer.
There have been many threats against our lives, against our parents. Some of these threats include that we should all be locked in the school and it should be burnt to the ground.
Thanks to feelings like this, some parents are actually considering legal action, and one lawyer says he's willing to help the families for free.
Joining us right now is that attorney, Robert Barnes. Robert, I understand people emotionally taking sides, but where does the legality of this come in?
Well, because these are all private citizens, and in many cases minors and kids, the law is that it's saying anything false about them is libel, and you don't have a defense of actual malice. It's all you have to prove is negligence. So a lot of these journalists have been saying false statements about these kids, false statements about the kids that are at the Lincoln Memorial, false statements about kids that were in various photographs related to the school, slurring and libeling the entire school and all the alumni for the school. And all you have to prove is that they were negligent in doing so. And by this standpoint, by this point in time, it is clear that anyone who continues to lie and libel about these kids has done so illegally and can be sued for it.
With that in mind, let's all take a step back and just enjoy the maybe now you see what I mean mushroom stamps Robert Barnes has been doling out pro bono on Twitter. In no particular order, quote, I will represent the kids for free if they want to sue the New York Times' Maggie Haberman for obvious libel. Hey Kathy Griffin, if someone wants to serve you a libel and invasion of privacy suit for these kids, do they send it to Lisa Bloom, or is she still busy helping Harvey? Looks like Andrea Mitchell will be sued next week. She has also retweeted various fake news lies spread by Phillips. To the Washington Post's Katie Medier, quote, WAPO reporter lies and libels a bunch of kids while regurgitating the manifestly bogus narrative of the lefty protester already caught lying about this very event. To Esquire's Dave Holmes, Esquire editor really wants to be sued for libel as he engages in mind reading. What is instantly recognizable is the malice in the media for Trump supporters eagerly triggers their libelous instincts. And to backpedaling CNN fraud SE Cup, quote, good apology, more needed. Don't want to get sued? Retract, correct. Do it now. Barnes wrapped up his scorched earth staycation with a final flick to the ovaries of Tom Watson. Advice to journalists, don't compound and double down on your first set of libelous lies with more libels and lies. Tom Watson deleted the tweet. As for Robert Barnes' odds of success on behalf of the underage victims he represents, in an interview with PJ Media, Barnes said, quote, anyone who doesn't correct and retract their false smears would be subject to a lawsuit, and that updated stories merely indicating a more complex picture has emerged would not necessarily be enough. And from the same article, quote, according to his website, Barnes has a history of taking on the causes of underdogs, fighting for individuals against unethical law firms, corrupt banks, and rogue government agents. Barnes continues the family tradition his great-grandfather started centuries ago, fighting for the freedoms that founded America. Video evidence and statements from multiple witnesses indicate that the boys were targeted by two groups of protesters who hurled hateful, racial, homophobic slurs at them while they waited on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial for their bus after participating in the March for Life. Therein, of course, lies the rub, but as was wisely stated to me by friendly world champion Brennan at the Brennan Co., it's gonna be a feature film if the left keeps stepping in it. I will be attempting to break down the March for Life, yes, remember that part, it's important, and Covington Catholic fiasco in at least 7 separate videos over the next week, starting with this one. I will do my absolute damnedest to ensure the videos are accurate and informationally complete. They will not be chronological in relation to the event itself, but I feel with your already probably substantial knowledge of the basics, reporting on the story in this way will capture the ineffable insanity of its very existence. So remember Robert Barnes and his doom spree of glory, and tomorrow we'll continue the evolving saga of an industrial-scale media complex and entire political party attempting to sacrifice the lives of our children at an event meant to support the polar opposite. This is on purpose, and for me, that is where it ends. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and if you'd like to see more of it, consider supporting this channel on Subscribestar through one-time PayPal donations or by purchasing a shirt or song. I'm John Ward, and until next time, remember, you're a world champion. Don't let your memes be dreams. Ultimo Romo, you fucking joke of a homo. Sapiens took your sapiens mode and cranked it to slow-mo. Cool photo, put domus off for jabronis, homie. I'm only being honest. Honestly, your job's to fondle Don's walnuts. You want some? Come and get some. Come and get it. I got something I think you like to suck on when you get here. I'll mount your fucking head on the mountain. I call my bed. I got an itch and I'ma scratch it within that match. I'm not the good guy, I'm the bad guy. Watching all of the good guys and all the bad guys. And I saw all the good guys try to play nice, and you wouldn't play nice. Well, you shoulda, cause now you get the monkey.